death. You're trying to save me, stop holding your breath. And you think I'm crazy, yeah, you think I'm crazy.
Hi my angels, it's Hailey Reese, and today's video is hopefully, if you guys enjoy it, going to be the start of a new series here on my channel. If you guys know me and you are not new to my channel just now, you guys know how much I love to research things that have been haunted or things with spiritual, sentimental value or just experiences that other people have had. And so I thought, you know what? Why don't I start a series here on my channel where each week we explore some of the most haunted things in the world. We talk about the history of them, the experiences people have had. This could range anywhere from like a haunted doll to a haunted painting to a haunted house to a museum. The list goes on, and I just thought that this would be a really fun way to incorporate some really incredible stories, but also learning about some things going on in the world that we may never have known otherwise. If this is a series that you guys want me to continue, please go ahead and let me know in the comments below if this is something you guys want to continue to see from me, because I personally thought that this would be something kind of fun to add to this channel and kind of up the content on here. So I guess just let me know. For today's video, we are going to be exploring what is said to be one of the most haunted works of art in the entire world that surfaced on eBay with an interesting story back in 2000. So if you guys want to hear all about this haunted painting, what took place, and the history behind it, all you gotta do is just keep on watching today's video. I very quickly, before we get into today's video, however, just want to say a huge thank you to Swag Bucks for sponsoring today's video. For those of you who might not know what Swag Bucks is, but you're looking to earn some quick cash and gift cards, Swag Bucks is basically a website that allows you to receive cash and gift cards for simply filling out opinion surveys, watching videos, and shopping online. So if you guys want to earn some quick cash and some quick gift cards, I will have a link in the description box below. You guys can go check it out. I personally feel like it is a super quick and easy way for you guys to earn some quick cash and gift cards, so definitely check out that link below if you want to do that. But without further ado, let's get into this new series. So if this is not your first time on my channel, you guys have probably seen my Curse of the Crying Boy painting conspiracy theory, which is basically a video where I talked about this painting of a crying boy, or a series of paintings of crying boys that are said to be extremely haunted and or possessed. Basically, anybody who owned a version of these paintings created by this particular painter was said to have an unexplainable house fire and their house burned to the ground. If you guys haven't seen that video, I will have a little card up here for you. You can go check that out. That was really interesting. Now, I really enjoyed researching all about that crying boy painting and seeing all of the different coincidences and things like that that revolved around what is said to have been a haunted, cursed, possessed painting. But when I ended up reading up on this particular painting, this one really blew my mind, and the claims that surrounded it were really super interesting. So back in 2000, an anonymous eBay seller listed a painting on their eBay account. This painting was created by Bill Stoneham, and it was titled "The Hands Resist Him." So the painting is basically a young boy next to a female doll up against some sort of glass door or glass window where a bunch of hands are pressed up against it. I mean, the entire painting just automatically gives off these creepy vibes, but the story, or I should actually say the warning that came along with it on the eBay ad, is what makes it all the more scary. However, I want to start with the history of the painting, how it ended up in the hands of this couple that listed it on eBay, before we get into all the claims that they have. So this painting was created in 1972 by Bill Stoneham, and Bill was born in 1947 in Boston, Massachusetts. Now I want to read word for word for you guys his reasoning behind this painting and the reason that he had created it. And the reason that I'm going to read it straight from my phone is because I find it really interesting, and to me, when I get into my particular theories, I think that it's a little bit important that I don't miss any particular words. So it says, according to Stoneham, the boy is based on a photograph of himself at the age of 5. The doorway is a representation of the dividing line between the waking world and the world of fantasies and impossibilities, while the doll is the guide that will escort the boy through it. The hands represent alternate lives or possibilities. So that right there to me kind of seems like a coded version of the difference between our world and the spiritual world, and this doll being that portal that's going to guide him between the two. I'll get further into that theory later. I kind of just gave away one of my theories as to why this painting is the way it is. But I just found that really interesting when I read his reasoning for the painting now. But like I said, I will get into those theories in just a moment. I feel like it's finally time though to share with you guys what exactly was going on around this painting, so let's get into that. So like I said, this painting was created in 1972. It was later purchased by the actor John Marley, who is known for his role in The Godfather, very famous actor in Hollywood. And shortly after John Marley's death, it was found in the possession of a couple from California. This would later be the couple who would throw this painting up on eBay, warning whoever wants to buy it of the paranormal activity that comes along with it and what they believe to be an extremely haunted painting. So the couple actually had purchased this painting off of a picker, which is basically somebody who finds things that others have dispersed of. And he supposedly found it abandoned behind an old brewery. Now this couple had no idea why such a beautiful, I guess that's up for discussion, but why such a beautiful painting would be left abandoned in such a manner. But they claim in their eBay post, which I will later read to you word for word, little snippets of their eBay post, that they now understand why this painting was abandoned in such a manner. So it all first started with anybody who looked at that painting started to begin feeling sick or weak. They couldn't even look at the painting for long spans of time because they felt like it was just a presence staring at them, weighing on them, looking at them, and making them feel sick. A lot of adults actually claimed that while they were looking at this painting, they felt hands touching on their body that were not even there. Small children who looked at the painting would run out of the room screaming, and the couple's 4-year-old daughter claimed that the boy and the girl in the painting were arguing and they would come into the living room to do so. Any small child who looked at this painting would wind up crying and screaming and running out of the room, or even if they were too small to run or walk out of the room or even convey or speak what they were thinking, they would begin to cry and stare at that painting. Now where it got very strange is the couple claims that figures in the painting would move. So as you can see, the two figures in the painting are located on the left side of the painting. They said that they would actually move to different places in the painting, or sometimes even disappear from the painting entirely. Multiple people claim to have seen the boy and his doll in that living room where the picture hung, and when they saw him present in that room, they looked up at the painting and neither one was in it. Friends and family members of the couple claim that when they looked at the painting, they felt a blast of hot air on them, almost as if you had just opened an oven and a big whoosh of hot air comes out at you. That was what a lot of people claim to have felt and experienced while staring at this painting. But this goes even beyond what this couple claims to have experienced. One man said that he tried to print out a copy of the painting with his brand new printer and it refused to print the painting. Every single time it would print, it would be blurbs that were unreadable and unviewable. But when he would try to print something else just moments after, it would print perfect. Others claim that when they view the painting, they just simply feel completely uneasy and an urge to look away from it. Which, to be honest with you guys, is kind of how I felt every single time that I looked at this painting as well. I mean, it is a very unirking, unsettling painting. Now here's where it starts to get really interesting. The painter who created the painting claims that he was shocked when he found out that his painting was a center of paranormal investigations. However, he claimed the owner of the art gallery where it was originally displayed and the LA Times reviewer who first reviewed it both died within that same year. So he found that extremely peculiar, but doesn't understand why exactly his painting would have caused this or why it would be haunted. So now I'm going to read you guys a quick snippet of the actual eBay post, and then I'm going to get into a couple of my theories and why I think this may be occurring. This was posted in February 2000. When we received this painting, we thought it was really good art. A picker had found it abandoned behind an old brewery. At the time, we wondered a little why a seemingly perfectly fine painting would be discarded like that. Then it says in brackets, "Today we don't," with a bunch of exclamation points. One morning, our 4.5-year-old daughter claimed that the children in the picture were fighting and coming into the room during the night. Now I really quickly want to take a moment and go back to what the painter says the painting is about and kind of decode that for a moment. I'm going to read it again, but this time line by line. I'm kind of going to explain where I think this may or may not tie into the spirit world. It could just be me decoding and reading too much into it. I know that there's going to be comments like, "Yeah girl, you do that. You always read too much into things, Hailey," but regardless, I mean, this is my channel, so that's what I do. So, the boy is based on a photograph of himself at the age of 5. Now, could this be a subconscious memory? Who knows? The doorway is a representation of the dividing line between the waking world and the world of fantasy and impossibilities. Now when I read that and I think about the fact the painting is haunted, to me it sounds like it is a representation of the doorway and the dividing line between the waking world and the spirit world, which I mean is the world of fantasy in some skeptics' opinions and impossibilities. Well, the doll is the guide that will escort the boy through it. Now, we've talked about portals and we've talked about vortexes, and we've talked about how portals can be in any everyday object, that a mirror can be a portal, that, you know, if your grandpa really liked a particular chair, now that's his portal to this world. And sometimes haunted dolls are really just portals for other ghosts and entities to travel through. So could this be a representation of this particular doll in the painting being the boy's guide to that divide? To that doorway to the other side where all the hands are? The hands represent alternate lives or possibilities. The hands represent all of the other lives and all of the other possibilities through the doorway that this portal could take him to. I don't know, am I reading too much into this, you guys? I just thought when I read his explanation of the painting, it kind of made me more weary of what this all could be and what it could mean and why the painting could be so very haunted. Well, you guys, I feel like I've given so much information on this painting. I feel like I've kind of given the backstory and the story on the painter's side of things and on the paranormal side and on the eBay side of things. Now I want to hear what you guys have to say. What do you guys think of this haunted painting? Do you think that it's all a hoax? Do you think that it's the real deal? Do you get an eerie feeling when you look at the painting? Do you feel like this painting is haunted, possessed? I don't know. Talk it out amongst each other. Let me know. Be kind to one another while you do it, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys have to say, because like I always say with things like this, I love to hear your guys' opinions. Sometimes you guys are like, Hailey, come on girl, this is so far-fetched, this is not a possibility, and sometimes you're like, mind is blown, I totally agree this could be haunted. Let me know. If you guys enjoyed this most haunted series and this first episode of it, and you want me to explore some of the world's most haunted things weekly, don't forget to leave a comment down below letting me know. This channel is for you guys. I'm constantly trying to think of new and fresh ideas for it. I never want to recycle everyone else's content. I want to bring you guys my own, so let me know and I would love to continue it for you guys. Seriously, this is so much fun for me to investigate and learn about, and I love it. So don't forget to let me know. And on that note, if you enjoyed today's video but you are not yet subscribed, please go ahead, click that subscribe button. I post a ton of videos. I don't want you to miss when I upload. And please give this video a big thumbs up. Like I always say, it makes my heart super happy when you do that, so please do that. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness. And until next time, love you!